Om. Just 3 times Omkar, sir. Om. 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 Om Tat Sat.
Om Tat Sat.
So today we'll be seeing very important part of the Bhagavad Gita. As the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to improve ourselves and to understand Bhagavad Gita, because it is Lord Krishna told to Arjuna. Lord Krishna himself is the Sriman Narayan. So we need to understand at that level of personalities. We have our education with us right now, but we can understand normal mundane things. But to understand the divine language, divine concept, divine thoughts, we have to put special efforts, because Bhagavad Gita has uplifted Arjuna. That Arjuna is not a less man, he is a Pandava prince. He is the king of the Pandava empire, and he is a big fighter. He fought with even Lord Shiva also, Lord Indra also, fought with one. So he is such a great man, that Arjuna, to such a great man, and he is son of Indra also. To such a great man, Sri Krishna told Bhagavad Gita to him. So we need to understand Bhagavad Gita. Today we will be specially focusing on the tapas. As a human beings, we are born, whether we do some good work or we don't do any good work, time will pass away. Now it is 5:25. Time will pass away. After 1 hour it will be 6:30. So time will not wait for anyone. So like this, time will pass away, but we are utilizing 1 hour time to understand the tapas, the concept as told by Sri Krishna in chapter 17, from sloka 14 to 19, out of which from 14 to 14, 15, 16, he explains the 3 kinds of tapas, and then 17 he explains sattvic tapas, and then 18 rajasic tapas, and 19 the tamasic tapas. So all the tapas, and primarily we have to focus on the sattvic tapas, not even rajasic tapas and tamasic tapas. Rajasic and tamasic we are doing anyway, they are very bad also, they are binding. Our aim is to not to get bound, our aim is to get released from birth and death cycle. We should try yatatam, he says yatatam, who try. So in the bargain of yatatam, trying, we may get released fully, we may not get released fully based on our degree of difficulty and degree of quality of effort. But if we get released fully, we will be absorbed in the Supreme Paramatma. If we are not released fully, we will be in Suddha Sattvic, and as per the Lord Krishna said, Sattvic people Udvam Vechanti Satvastha. They are not born in this mundane world of life and death here. They are in the divine worlds. There are many divine worlds in the quality also. So it will be any time it is a better quality of life we are trying to achieve. Or if we are born in this also, here also we will make sure that we are born in Srimantam, rich people and all that. We don't have to suffer. Because Kalyanakrut, God said Kalyanakrut, there is no vinasha. So that is what it is. So we will be understanding what is tapas today. Let us see what is this. And but before this tapas also, what do you say? This is about the salient points of knowledge of self we should remember every time. Because that is what we are actually. You and me are not this ordinary human beings, as it appears, and all these people are not ordinary people. All these people, they are all these souls. Principally, they are divine souls. So everyone of us must know what we are that. But in the Maya, in the world of Maya, in the web of Maya, we don't believe in ourselves that we are indestructible souls, and we are embodied souls. We don't think that. We behave like normal people, and then we get involved in this hatred and love, hatred, ichha, dvesham, all these kind of things. So that is the thing. We will see at the end of it, if the time permits. Then we will see firstly primarily what is tapas. Today's topic will be tapas. So I will go through the first of all slokas, and then thereafter English reading also I noted it down. We will go on English translation also. Tapasulu, there are 3 kinds of tapas. Satvika tapas, Deva Dvija Guru Prajna Pujanam. 1. Saucham. 2. 3. Arjavam. 4. Brahmacharyam. 5. Ahimsa. Sharira Tapa Uchate. So these 5 things if we do, it's called bodily tapas. Deva Dija Guru Prajna Pujo, Deva Shuri को नमस्कार करो, गुरु को पूजा करना, तो भगवान को गुरु मान लो और भगवान कृष्ण को गुरु मानो, तो लॉर्ड नारायण को गुरु मानो, देव द्विजा गुरु प्राज्ञ पूजनो, ब्राह्मण आदमी दिखता है तो नमस्कार कर लो, पंडित आदमी जो पुजारी टाइप. Saucham means purity. There are 3 types of saucham. What is bodily saucham? Bodily purity, that we have to take bath and all that, clean our body, and wear good clothes and all that, clean clothes. And saucham, part of saucham, and also eat clean food, good food, and also saucham and timely say internally also we have to eliminate our what is it called, our internal, what is that material which we should not be, that timely excretion, all this thing, also part of the saucham. Because why we are telling that today the need of our people should not neglect the internal health of the body also. Our internal health of the body depends, because yesterday we discussed, there is some pranavayu and apanavayu. Pranavayu, apanavayu. Pranavayu is life-giving, apanavayu will get converted immediately. So that has to be eliminated. So that is part of the saucham. So we have to take care of that. And arjavam, that is simplicity, and also brahmacharya, celibacy. Brahma is also supposed to maintain. It's very difficult for us to maintain because of the world around us. But otherwise, yes, we should try to maintain brahmacharya also. So that is the thing. Not involved getting involved too much of the sense objects. That is called brahmacharya. Ahimsa, non-violence. The soul itself is, we have seen in chapter 2, the soul neither it is slain nor it slays others. Neither it kills others nor it is killed by others. My soul is not killed by others. And I cannot kill anybody else also. So that is ahimsa. That is why Mahatma Gandhi used this ahimsa as a great weapon to fight for the independence of the country, which Britishers have totally flabbergasted, and they could never understand how to defeat Mahatma Gandhi. That they can kill people. They have killed millions of people of India, but they could not defeat Mahatma Gandhi because he is non-violent. Lala Lajpat Rai died by the beatings of British in the Latis, this thing, Dandi March and all that. So people have died, so many people have died. But ahimsa, we will not fight back. You leave our country, quit India, leave our country and give us freedom. You are treating us as slaves. We are not slaves, we are also born like you. But give us freedom, give us independence. We are also human beings like you. It took them 100 odd years. So for them to give up. So ahimsa is such a powerful weapon. These are all sharirik tapas, bodily tapas. Now the vangmaya tapas, vak tapas, the vak tapas, the speech tapas. This also is there because we need to know, we need to apply, otherwise when will we apply? We don't apply now also, life is passing off. We need to apply, we need to know, and it's very difficult to understand, very difficult to apply also, but there is no other way now. Anudvegakaram vakyam, satyam priyahitam chayat, swadhyayabhyasnam chaiva, tapa vangmaya uchate. Anudvegakaram vakyam, when we speak, our words should not be creating any kind of ripples or udvegam, angry other people. Anudvegakaram vakyam, that what satyam, tell the truth, but do not tell it in another way that the other person gets agitated. But we have to tell him if somebody is doing a wrong, we have to tell him or her politely, you see, you are doing wrong, please don't do wrong, this is wrong, this is not correct. So that is what the way that Bhagavad Gita is telling us. In Vangmaya, Tapa Vangmaya, speech tapas. That there are 2 ways. Either you get angry and you tell what is that called in an angry manner. Say I don't like something. There are 2 ways to tell. Or I like somebody. There are 2 ways to tell. That is what it is. Anudvegakaram vakyam. What does it mean in ground well practically? So good evening, sir. Welcome. We are in the class in between. Come join us. And we are in next chapter 17 in Tapas. There are three types of tapas, Lord Krishna told. So we are trying to understand what is the tapas we are all supposed to do. If you don't mind, sir, you can sit next to madam because you'll be in that camera.
It's all right.
नहीं sir, हमको चाहिए थोड़ा बहुत लोग हैं. So body tapas, madam. अनुद्वेगकरं वाक्यम satyam priyahitam cha yat swadhyayam. Firstly, we have to understand there are four components in the speech tapas. What is there? I will again repeat. Later we will go to English also thereafter. Anudvegakaram vakyam. Anudvega, when we speak it out, we have to speak it out in such a manner it does not create agitation in the other person's mind. Say if I don't like a person, I have to tell him that I have something. I don't like you. So, but that telling should be not in agitating way. After listening this my views, they should not get agitated. That's the way their greatness of my education lies. How I will tell that is what. Satyam. It should be truthful. I should not tell lies. Just for the heck of it, I should not tell it, oh, a person is good. I should not tell you are bad. If a person is good, we should tell Satyam. Truthfulness should be there. If he is a bad, we should tell he is a bad. And Priyahitam Chayat, Swadhyaya Vasnam Chaiva, Tapavang. This is what Mahatma Gandhi, if you take him as example, truth and non-violence were both his weapons in the freedom of the country's independence. Now, non-violence we have seen in the body tapas. And in now truth, Satyam. The British could not fight him back because he is speaking truth. He is telling, by you have come and occupied our country, you are treating us badly, you are treating us like slaves. Isn't it not correct? They sell people, they used to sell, those days I heard that if you go back to history, there is no value for Indians. And they used to say in many bars of the UK that the Indians and dogs are not allowed inside. That kind of things have happened in the history. So Satyam, he used to tell them, you are not treating us as human beings. That is why you have to leave our country. It is our country, isn't it? It's not your country. You have come here for the trading. And you defeated, you formed your military and all that with the permission of the kings and all. King Shah Jahan and everybody, you took permission. You formed your security guards. And with the security guards, you formed your army. With the armies, you started defeating the individual small princely states. They defeated Jhansi Lakshmibai and all these things. Many kingdoms they defeated. And they have observed. It's our country, you are totally occupied. So you leave us. You leave. We are not able to live. We are getting killed. Generations are being killed. So this is Satyam. So Priyahitam Chayat. It should be Priyahitam. It should be good advice also. If we say something, it should be good advice also to the other person. So Swadhyaya Vishnam. Swadhyaya Vishnam Tapavang Vishne. That is, he added further reading this Bhagavad Gita and all that. Ramayanam. Swadhyayam. Because Swadhyaya. Or now we are discussing Bhagavad Gita. Your listening Bhagavad Gita and this is Swadhyayam. This Swadhyayam is also part of the Vangmaya Tapas. Vak Tapas. You are listening this. We are doing this tapas. This 1 hour we are doing this Vak Tapas. This guy is. So now we will go to the mind tapas. The third one, Mana Prasada Saumyatyam Maunam Atmavinigraha Bhava Samsuddhi Yeta Tapo Manasujte. Mana Prasada, peace of mind should be there first of all. It's a mind tapas. All these people are supposed to do, all without caste, color, creed, race, gender, location, nationality, regionality, barring all, no bars. All are supposed to be like peace of mind. Not that they are angry the moment they say this. That's all the problems have started in the world. Mughals, they say Mughal king, they kill, that's all. See, Indian Rajputs, they kill, straight away kill. And kill them, occupy their kingdoms of forts and get the woman, converted them, marry them and all that. They used to have many harems and all this kind of things. And so, Manaprasada, peace of mind should be there first of all. Peace of mind, with peace of mind, we will not be violent. It will be help us to be calm and cool. That is Manaprasada, Saumyatvam, and we should be polite also. Maunam. Silence also we should maintain. Whenever it is not required to be spoken, we should not speak. That is the silence part of it. So that also we need to observe it. It's good for us because basically the soul doesn't speak. Say Shiva, Lord Shiva, the actual form of Shiva I was told recently when I went to Amarnath. Shiva, the toys lingam. Shiva doesn't speak to anybody. दुनिया जाती है उसको दर्शन करके आती है. Ice lingam, she doesn't know. Normal lingam also, whatever temples are lingam. Actually, Shiva lingam doesn't speak it. Maunam, so the silence. That silence also we have to feel and observe it in ourselves. We don't have to show it off to anybody. कि यार मैं silence observe कर रहा हूँ. We don't have to show it off anybody because nobody understands anybody. But everybody is supposed to do this manasik tapas, mental tapas, mind tapas. So to control the mind is very difficult. But maunam is part of another thing to control the mind. Anyway, atma vinigraha, self-control also has to be there. With self-control, we can try to not to overact or anything. That kind of a thing. Possibility is there. If I observe my self-control, then I can be calmly at one place and all. If I can't control myself, I take out my car and go out on the roads just like that. Why I can't control myself. I just go shopping, doing yes, eating, drinking. Self-control. If self-control is there, Atma Vinigraha, that is the mind tapas. My mind is stable. If the mind is not stable, go and do some exercise and finish off. Things are happening. So Bhava Sansuddhi, the feelings, the Bhava Sansuddhi, our thoughts have to be also pure. Whatever thoughts we are getting, we should try all this. So these three things, these five things are yata tapa manasam uchite. Shraddhaya parya taptam tapas tat trividham narai afale kankshvi yuktai satvikam parichakshite. Shraddhaya parya taptam. These things have to be done with interest. With carefulness we have to do. It's only for ourselves, for each and every person. It's not for any other person. I cannot force anybody to be silent, calm, self-controlled, brahmacharyam, ahimsa. I can't force anybody. They say, it's my life, who are you to tell me how to live? So it's for me actually, it is for you also to live with interest. Shraddhaya parya, Shraddha has to be there. With interest you have to take care of yourself. Parya taptam. Tapah tat trividham narai. Afala kankshvi yuktai. We should not immediately expect any returns. Yeah, मैं आज silence maintain कर लिया, आज मैं थोड़ा politely बात कर लिया, आज मैं थोड़ा अहिंसा follow कर लिया, आज मैं ब्रह्मचर्य आज मैं शौचम follow कर लिया, आज मैं सूर्य देव गुरु पूजन सुपर सूर्य नमस्कार कर दिया, भगवान को नमस्कार कर दिया. I should get some my benefit यार, आज को 1000 मिल जाए, 2000 मिल जाए, 1 लाख रुपए मिल जाना चाहिए. Something I should benefit, I should get promotion, I should be respected in the society, this kind of a Falakankshi, that should not be there. Afalakankshi be yuktai. Afalakankshi, no expectations of returns, non-return of any benefit. Satvikam parichakshase, that kind of a thing. Now, Rajasic Tamasic is there, they expect results. That is why it has become Rajasic. If you don't expect any immediate benefits, that's called Satvikam. So, if, for example, we are doing Bhagavad Gita without expecting any returns, this is Satvikam. If we expect something, some return, then it will be Rajasic. Some show off is going to happen, then Rajasic. So, Satkara Mana Pujartham Tapo Dambhena Chayeva Yat Kriyate Tadiham Proktam Rajasam Chalam Adro. So, Satkara Mana Pujartham, Satkaram Manam Pujartham. The moment they expect us, the moment we see, yeah, just like you and me only. We can normally be polite. But extraordinarily, Satkara Mana Pujartham, oh sir, आप बहुत बड़ा आदमी हैं, बहुत बड़ा पूजा आप आज सर, सत्कार में आप बहुत ये वो कर लिया, बहुत सत्कार मान पूजार्थम. Too much of worshipping should not be there. Normal interaction should be there. Tapo dambhena, dambam. With the dambam is sure that way I am doing this puja, I am doing this worship, I am doing this activity. Dambam should not be there. Not sure. Naturally karo. The mena cha yevayat kriyate tadiham proktam rajasam chalam adruvam. Rajasam, it is called Rajasam. Chalam adruvam. Chalam means it is not permanent. So, Satvikam is permanent. Rajasam chalam adruvam. No, non-permanent also. Mudagrahena atmano yat pidaya kriyate tapaha parasyo sadhanardham va tat tamasam udaprutam. Mudagrahena atmano yat pidaya kriyate tapaha. without any proper thinking, no logical thinking, and we trouble ourselves, our body, and we trouble others also. And that is called parasyos, so dharartham, to earn money also. That is called tamasic tapas. Now we'll just see in English. Quickly I'll go through all the qualities. You can call it qualities of tapas. Bodily tapas means penance, worship of gods with wise-born teachers and wise men. Secondly, purity of body and mind and spirit. Rectitude, celibacy, non-violence. These are called austerities of the body. Now, speech tapas, words that do not cause distress to others. Truthful, agreeable, beneficial, and practice in the recitation of sacred texts. These are called austerities of the speech. And mind tapas, peace of mind, gentleness, silence, self-restraint, purity of being. These are called the austerities of the mind. This threefold austerity practice is the highest take by men who are not desirous of fruits and are steadfast. They are regarded as a sattvic. Austerity which is practiced with a hypocrisy for the sake of honor, respect and reverence that here in the world is declared to be rajasic, unsteady and impermanent. Austerity with deluded notions and with self-torture or with the aim of destroying another is tamasic. So this is what it is called the tapas. Now we have seen this since now, as earlier I just mentioned just before beginning of the session. Now after reading the basic slokas, but after understanding basic concept what is tapas, we understood there are three tapas: body tapas, mind tapas and speech tapas. There are three tapas. We have to do it ourselves. We don't understand it, then how will we do it? We don't know it, how do we do it? And how much we understand, then only we can do it. If we do it, it is better for us. If we don't do it, we are only spoiling ourselves, because Uttaret Atmana 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 Asari. How can we lift ourselves by ourselves? Once we wanted to help ourselves. I don't want to help anybody else, let me tell you, honestly speaking. But I have to help myself. How can I help myself? That is the satsangam is formed. In the satsangam, what happens is then I'll tell others and they listen. And that way, by telling them, they will also come to know. Then by telling them, I will also come to know. So this is the thing we are doing it. So now I'll go through this from the textbook, all these chapters from chapter 17. And there are subsequently the kind of a sattvic food. One day we'll take up another session in next 4-5 days, but I have to focus on it. We have to cultivate sattvic food and sattvic activities, sattvic thinking. There's so many activities sattvic that we have to cultivate it. Then we will become sattvic. If we don't know, how can we do? We will mix it up. Sattvic asana, we will mix it up, and we don't know. How can we become sattvic? And sattvic only people only go up in life. That is what he clearly said. Urdhvam gacchati sattvasta madhye tisri rajasa jaganaguna adho gacchati tamasa. He clearly said that. All this Lord, created Lord. Only sattvic people only will go up. Rajasic and tamasic will not go up. जितना मर्जी कर लो ये सब ऊपर नीचे फिर आ जाएंगे, फिर किसी के बच्चे बन के पैदा होंगे, that is what, या फिर जानवर बन के पैदा होंगे. So we need to finally, my point is we need to focus on the sattvic guru, and that we will again take up a separate class for that, because that's a lot of slokas are there. And so now I am reading once again about the tapas only, and I'll keep reading and going through without stopping in between, because no need to stop, we keep understanding, then we'll finish it up. With complete explanation I'll read it. As per for your information, there is Sant Jnaneshwar Maharaj, who was 1000 years ago born, somewhere in 1200 AD, and he is the one at that time, he wrote this book called Gita, Bhagavad Gita. It is called, till today it is called Jnaneshwari Gita. Jnaneshwar Gita, Bhagavad Gita. A very powerful one. And he is Siddha Yogi actually. So he is part of incarnation of Lord Shiva only. People used to say so. Such man wrote this Bhagavad Gita, so we are reading his translation. So I'll just go through. for next 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So all these three. Yes, sir? Then Devat Vijaguru Prajna Pujanam, Saucha Marjavam, Brahmacharya Mahinsacha, Sarira Tapochase, worship of the gods, the twice born, the teachers, the wise men, purity, rectitude, celibacy, non-violence. These are called the austerities of the body. If further explain what is the austerity of the body, just understand it's very beautiful. Because as such we don't know what is it. Day and night, his feet make pilgrimages to the shrines of his chosen deity. He keeps going pilgrimages, the Sattvic man. His hands are occupied in beautifying the courtyard of the temple and supplying the articles for worship. As soon as he sees the image of Shiva or Vishnu, he does a full prostration like a pole. He gives due service to Brahmins and the elders because of their virtues of learning and humility. He brings relief to those who are worn out from traveling or afflicted with suffering. He offers his body to the service of his parents, whom he considers to be superior to all other holy places. He serves his guru, who is compassionate and gives knowledge. The very sight of him removes the sorrows of this terrible earthly existence. O Arjuna, in order to remove the dirt of his egoism, he pours it out into the sacrificial fire of his own beauty and covers it with the repetition of the sacred text. Repetition of sacred text, like reading Bhagavad Gita, Omkaram, and all that. He salutes all creatures as being permitted with the self, as permitted with self. Like I see that you are also self only, you are also self, you are also self. Paramatma, nothing less than that. I see myself also as self only. This is all being, all creatures, not only beings, creatures, all creatures, trees and animals, all are basically having the consciousness. Thus, all he sees that all it's all nothing but only consciousness. That is internal. He got the Divya Chakshu. And another topic we'll some other day we'll take it up as the Jnana Chakshusha. That unless we have Jnana Chakshusha with us, with the light only we can see, or from the darkness we can see. So there is no light, we cannot see anything in the morning. You can try it out in your home also. So we have to put on light in case in the night I have to move from within the room also or somewhere else. Without light, then I'll get something. So that is normal light. Jnana Chakshusha, the Jnanam itself becomes Chakshu, eye of knowledge. So that kind of thing, we need to have that. So we'll see what Jnana Chakshusha kya hota hai. That's a separate topic again. That I am preparing it. It will take some more days. Once it is prepared, we'll discuss it out. So he is jealous in doing good to others. He practices restraint with women at all times. His only contact with he does not injure even a blade of grass. When all his behavior is like this, his penchants may be called complete. O Arjuna, because of all this behavior principally involves bodily action, I call it the penance of the body. Body tapas is called penance of the body. In this way I have described the nature of the physical penance. Now here about the pure penance of the speech. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam prihetam chayat swadhyayapasnam chayeva tapa vangme uchate. Words that do not cause distress, truthful, agreeable and beneficial and practice in this recitation, in the recitation of sacred texts, these are called the austerity of the speech. The philosopher's stone transforms into gold without reducing its size or weight. Such goodness is found in the speech of a person who practices this penance, that he never hurts his neighbor. He only gives pleasure to those around him. Just as water is poured mainly for a tree, but at the same time keeps the grass alive, similarly he speaks to one person all other benefit. A person came upon a river divine nectar, if a person came upon a river of divine nectar, he would become immortal, and by bathing in it, all his sun and trouble would be removed. In addition, he would be sweet to drink. It would be sweet to drink. In the same way, his speech dispels ignorance, and people realize their eternal nature. So, tapas vamay uchate, tapas vak tapas. Basically, he says that is that his speech, like you are speaking, we are all one. That's what we think. We are all God. So we are all supposed to be divine people. So our speech, a person means ki anybody, you say apply to yourself and myself. A person who practices and a person's speech dispels ignorance. It should dispel the ignorance. If I am speaking to my wife, there should be some jnana in that. Or if she is speaking to me, there the meaning should contain the dispelling of some ignorance. If I am speaking to my children, that should dispel their ignorance. Or if they are speaking to me, that should dispel my ignorance. So basically, our speech should be to dispel the ignorance. And people realize their eternal nature, and it should cause, we are all eternal people. It should, that kind of a speech should be there. Otherwise, you should keep quiet. My silence has to be maintained. However much people listen to his speech, they never grow and tired of it, as if it were a nectar. So, such a man, if somebody is speaking, then people will keep listening to him. Our bola, sir, our bola, because his speech is nectar. So, a person who practices presence of speech speaks whenever he is asked a question. Otherwise, he recites the Vedas. That's what he said. If somebody asks a question, he will reply. Otherwise, he'll keep quiet. He'll keep reciting Vedas, he'll keep reading Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, keep chanting Omkaram and all that. Om Namah Shivaya. Otherwise, he keeps quiet. But he speaks only whenever somebody has asked him. Otherwise, he doesn't speak on his own. There are so many people we are seeing around. You don't ask them, still they come and tell us. Why this, why that, why this. So many discussions, so many quarrels. So that is not the speech. The tapas, speech tapas. Speech tapas is once when it is asked, to that extent we should speak, or else we should keep quiet. And it should, when we speak, it should dispel our ignorance. Then he established within his speech a temple for the three Vedas, and his mouth is like a school of the Supreme. When the tongue is always occupied repeating the name of Shiva, Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Vishnu, Om Namo Narayana, this is known as the penance of the speech. So whenever we are having free time, we should cultivate this habit. Just keep saying, we are free, and I know I am free, so you are free. Just no work at the time, nobody is interacting with us, we are not interacting with anybody. Such time will be there, maybe for half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. We should keep repeating the name of Lord Shiva or Lord Vishnu. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. These are habits we have to cultivate. Or Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Narayana. This is the speech tapas. He says that. Now, Manaprasada Saumyato Mano Atma Nigraha Bhava Samsati Etat Tapa Manasam Uchade, peace of mind, gentleness, silence, self-restraint, purity of being. These are called the austerities of mind. Now, what is this austerity of mind? We'll go through, because we don't understand what is mind. Mind तो हमको पता नहीं चलता mind क्या होता है. So austerity of mind और क्या कर सकते हैं और कैसे कर सकते हैं, mind ही पता नहीं चलता है mind क्या है, तो उसकी कैसे तपस कर सकते हैं हम लोग. So let's go through his explanation. Just like a lake with no ripples on its surface, the sky without clouds, a grove of sandalwood trees free from serpents. Now we are talking about mind tapas. I repeat, just like a lake with no ripples on its surface, the sky without clouds, and the grove of sandalwood trees free from serpents, the moon without changing phases, a king free from anxiety, or the milky ocean without Mount Mandara to churn it. Similarly, when the mind is freed from the meshes of doubt, it rests in the self. The mind itself is like a light without heat, food that is tasty yet not heavy, or the sky without emptiness. For it knows that its well-being lies in escaping from its natural tendencies, as the chained line didn't allow itself to shiver. The pure beauty of the mind is like the clear, unwaning orb of the full moon. The pure beauty of the mind is like the clear, unvarying orb of the full moon. The wounds inflicted by dispassion are healed, and all disturbing mental activity subsides, and the soul is prepared for the self-realization. See, everybody wants to, मेरे को सेल्फ रिलेशन कम हो जाएगा, मेरे को सेल्फ रिलेशन क्या होता है, सेल्फ रिलेशन मुझे चाहिए. They keep asking. Now, here, Sant Gyanesh is telling how our soul is prepared for the self realization. So I read Para once again. The wounds inflicted by the dispassion are healed. All disturbing mental activities subside. So if we wanted to get self-realization, whatever we are having, say disturbing mental activity, that mental activity, every one of us is having some kind of disturbances in the world. So many issues. So those things have to be subsided. They have to be subsided. And the soul is prepared for self-realization. Then only the soul will be prepared for self. Our mental activity, disturbing mental activity has to be subsided. That point we have to remember.
Chaos in the mind.
Sorry, ma'am.
Chaos in the mind.
That has to be, that disturbing mental activity has to be subsided, has to be reduced. Then only the self-realization will take place. Without getting it, subsided, I am angry, I am still angry, I am under tension, I am listening for so many other reasons, whatever reasons. Then the self-realization will not take place. So people want self-realization. Firstly, whosoever want it, they should firstly reduce their disturbing mental activity. That is what. You and I should try for it. And the tongue which is usually engaged in reciting the scriptures is released from its wings. And so, like we are now reading for 1 hour Bhagavad Gita, we are reading, we are talking, we are discussing. The tongue which is usually engaged in reciting scriptures. Scriptures is Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana. Is released from its wings. When we are released for 1 hour at least, we are released for the mental disturbances. When it is union with the Supreme Self, the mind ceases to carry out its normal functions, just as salt becomes one with the water. When this is so, how can those moods arise in the mind which drive it along the road of the senses until it reaches the village of the sense object? See, what happens is he is telling the technique. We need to, we are all here to understand the soul. We are not here to understand the body and mind. So, to understand the soul, to go in the path of the soul and self-realization, he says our senses should not go towards the sense objects. So, that is the thing. So mind ceases, then only our mind ceases to carry its normal functions. Our mind should not run around, मेरा wife है, मेरा husband है, मेरा बेटा है, मेरा बेटी है, मेरा दामाद है, मेरा वो दोस्त है, मेरा neighbor है, मेरा friend है, ये relative. Our mind should not be wandering on all these kind of things. Our mind has to stop it. I should not keep thinking of my wife. So this content. Then what happens is, then our mind ceases to carry its normal functions, just as salt becomes one with the water. जैसे salt पानी में डालते हैं, salt जैसा है merge हो जाएगा, पानी में mix हो जाएगा. Salt नहीं रहता है. ऐसे करके our mind has to be merged with the soul. जब mind merge हो जाएगा, तब जाके फिर self realization के लिए हम जा सकते हैं. That is what it is. Mind काम करता रहेगा तो self realization नहीं होता. Mind बोलेगा तू है. Self realization, you are eternal. Self is you are eternal. You are indestructible. Mind says, no, I am not eternal. I am destructible. I will die. I will be reborn. Soul is never dying. Lord Shiva never dies. Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, they never die. They never reborn. You say, Ajab, no death, no birth. Birth is not there. Even when Lord Shiva went to marry Devi Parvati, and the parents asked, Manaka Devi and Himant, they asked, भाई आपके गोत्र बताओ, पेरेंट्स के बारे में बताओ, जो कस्टमरी है शादी में. तो भाई मेरे को कोई पेरेंट्स तो नहीं, बाकी गोत्र भी मेरे को कुछ नहीं है. They will not like you. Even the goddess parents also, they are also like you and me. They don't know अपने गोत्र बताओ. मेरे को तो गोत्र नहीं है भैया, मैं तो तुमको भी बाप हूँ, तुमको भी मैं तुमको भी भगवान हूँ, तो मेरे को क्या गोत्र है. So that is what it is. We have to come out of those things. So when this is so, how can these moods, जब अगर हमारा mind soul में मिल जाता है, ये जो moods है, how can these moods arise in the mind which drive it along the road of the senses until it reaches the village of sense object? In this way, the mind becomes purified of its normal tendencies, just of the palm of the hand is free from hair. The palm of the hand इसमें कोई hair नहीं होता है. Doesn't even quoting exam there as palm of the hand is free from hair. पीछे होता है hair, but ये पीछे वाला जब back of the hand बोलते हैं. It's not the palm of the hand. Palm of the hand is this. You can check all your palms. तो अब देख लो palm देख लो सर. Palm में कोई hair नहीं होता. So जैसे palm में hair नहीं होता, they are giving example here. This is the mind becomes purified of its normal tendencies. Other tendencies will be there. Just as the palm of the hand is free from hair. Now, O Arjuna, what need is there to say more? When the mind reaches this state, it becomes fit for mental penance. This is called manasik tapas. Our soul has to, our mind has to get rid of its aversions and disturbances. Mind has to get rid of its disturbances, and then it has to enter into the merge into the soul. As the salt is merged in the water, and the salt is no more salt. Then only it's called mental tapas. Of course, so far we are not doing, but we should start doing. Once we come to know, then only we can do it. No, we don't come to know, how can we do it? When I have seen, sir, river Ganga, Ganga original also I went to Gangoti, Yamunoti, I have seen from Uttarakhand recently 2-3 years back. Hereafter, I have come to know that Ganga river travels 2,500 kilometers from the Himalayas, and it travels up to Kolkata, and in the Kolkata it merges in the sea. It is called Ganga Sagar. By the grace of God, I am lucky actually. I was thinking to go to Ganga for many years, 1 or 2 years. After 2-3 years of my hard effort, it materialized. I went to Ganga Sagar and seen in Kolkata. There I saw then where the Sagar, the sea, at beach. There, everybody there, hundreds of people are there who came to see and take bath and all that. And I was asking the guide, where is Ganga Nadi? Where is Ganga Nadi? Then he showed me, साहब यहाँ से जैसे सामने दिख रहा है कुछ वो जो टाइट यहाँ से टाइट आ रहे हैं. Yes, दिख रहा है tides. I am seeing tides. Just the huge tides are rising in point. Beyond that, normally we go by boat and also it will take time. We are at that tides starting. Beyond that, it is totally calm, peaceful. Water is flowing without any tides. That is Ganga river is flowing into the Sagar, Samudra, and that is Ganga Sagar. River Ganga is meeting. So when the river Ganga is meeting there, then thereafter he says there is no more Ganga. Ganga river is coming from there all the way 2,500 kilometers, traveling, flowing. But after reaching this point, it becomes sea. No more Ganga, sir. Yeah, it's still there in my mind. His word. Ganga abhi समाप्त हो गया. Ganga mix हो गया, समुद्र बन गया. That whole Ganga river. And today we are seeing this in Uttarakhand and so many, the Bhagavad river and all these rivers, Ganga river. The state of this thing and then creating a lot of havoc and a lot of destruction is taking place, floods and all that, landslides and all that happening nowadays. That Ganga river is no more there. It merged in the sea. Similarly, our mind also has to merge in our soul. That is called tapo manasa uchite. That we have to reach that state. But once we come to know, we'll practice it gradually. We can't suddenly practice, but then after some days of maybe 1 year or 2 years, we can practice gradually. But we don't come to know how can we practice. That is tapas, the mind tapas. So mind tapas is also very important. Our mind also has to be calm. Our speech also has to be good and keep saying Om Narayana, Om Namah Shivaya. Speech tapas and body tapas, we have to maintain brahmacharya, satyam, ahimsa, non-violence. Bhagavad Gita is teaching for non-violence and truthfulness. These are the two principles where Lord Krishna, Mahatma Gandhi fought for independence of India with the Britishers. After 100 years of independent struggle, they got freedom for us. Today we are free from British people because of Mahatma Gandhi's effort and all other leaders, Bal Gangadhar Tilak and so many other leaders are there. Because of all those people's effort, we are today basic principles. Basic leader Mahatma Gandhi His weapons are non-violence and truth. So that is body tapas and manasik tapas. He's got these principles from Bhagavad Gita only. So right, sir. Now, Shraddhaya paraya taptam tapattu trividam naray afalakansham yukte satvikam parichakshase. This threefold austerity practiced with the highest faith. ऐसा नहीं कि जैसे मर्जी ठीक है कर लेंगे, ऐसा तो नहीं, मतलब हाईएस्ट फेथ के साथ करना पड़ता है. By men who are not desirous of fruits or and are steadfast, they regard as sattvic. Otherwise, they are not sattvic. They are full faith. We have to practice it full faith, without any desire for the fruit of it. And when it is performed with a pure heart and with faith in the authority of the scriptures, the wise say that it has the quality of goodness. Now let us see what is Rajasic tapas. Austerity which is practiced with hypocrisy and for the sake of honor, respect and reverence and that here in the world and it declared to be Rajasic, unsteady and impermanent. इस श्लोक में शायद लोग बोलेंगे ये बहुत महात्मा जी हैं ये है, बट ये बॉडी फिनिश होने के बाद वो कोई बोलने वाला नहीं है, कोई नहीं है, सब मन फिनिश हो जाता है. बट जो सात्विक वाला को इस श्लोक से कोई लेना देना ही नहीं, वो उसके साथ इसका फल आगे लेके जाएगा उसको. रास्तिक वाला को यही रहेगा कि दोबारा यही पैदा होगा, बट सात्विक वाला यहाँ नहीं पैदा होगा. ऊर्ध्वम गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्था, वो लोग ऊपर देवता लोक में जाते हैं, वो यहाँ नहीं आते. यहाँ पे जो आते मध्य तिष्ठन्ति राजसा, तो ये क्लियरली बोल दिया उसने चैप्टर 14 में. One day we'll take up that also. There are many topics. We have to understand what is that. Everything is clearly given to us, sir. First of all, there is no enemy to you in this world. There is no friend to you also in the world. कोई आपको फ्रेंड भी नहीं है यहाँ पे. मैं कोई आपका दोस्त नहीं हूँ या कोई आपको कोई दोस्त नहीं है. आपके रिश्तेदार जो भी चाहे कोई भी हो, कोई आपका दोस्त नहीं है. Only you are your friend. And आपको कोई दुश्मन नहीं है, sir. Nobody is there to trouble you or disturb you or make you fall. Only I myself is my own enemy. Myself is my friend. How? If I follow this path, like Urdhvam Gacchati Sattvastha, once I know, Sattvic people will go up into the world. I should try to become a better one, Sattvic one. If I don't try, and then I am my own enemy, Madhya Tisrasa, Madhya, again, Gulok में पैदा होना है. या फिर उससे भी फेल हो जाऊंगा तो बाई चांस तो क्या होता है फिर तामसिक प्रवृत्ति में ये जो टाइगर है, क्रोकोडाइल है, स्नेक्स है, ये reptiles, what do you think are they? They are tamasic, sir. Straight away. They also got, like, I'm telling you, in Puranas, it is mentioned somewhere, Shiv Purana and other Puranas, the priests which are there around us, they also listen, but we don't understand their language, they don't understand our language. We can't speak one to one. But then they also got life. But some priests, they say, they listen and the sounds they enter into their their ears and all that, they get liberated from that. That is the power of the Bhagavad Gita or Sattvic thing or recitation of God's name. So that kind of things. And that's why we have made arrangements under this people tree. People tree is part of the, supposed to be Lord Vishnu's Vrikshanam Ashwatha Vriksha, we said that. So we have made a sitting arrangement after the rainy season over, we will be sitting there. So under the people tree, if we sit there and study the scriptures, it is supposed to be the one of the form of the Lord Vishnu. So that is more very powerful, very pious.
It is such an irony, no, sir. So much of non-violence is being told here.
Yes, sir.
And he is telling Arjuna, who doesn't want to fight, on the battlefield, preparing him for battle.
So that is true.
No, I agree. I'm just telling the irony of that one aspect over there.
That is what, absolutely, madam. But it is mentioned here, if you do without any ego, even if you kill other person is not killing. The only thing, you should not have any ego.
And not do for self.
To defend self. See, somebody, we are sitting here, somebody comes and tries to kill. Because try to kill us, we have to defend ourselves, we have to protect ourselves. We can't tell him, okay, come and kill me.
Not for personal gain.
So that is what it is. That is why he is doing, that is the Swadharma.
They have done that for
Kshatriya
Adharma.
Swadharma, that is why the Kshatriya Dharma, that is why you have to fight.
I was saying only on that one aspect.
Yeah.
Speaking of non-violence on the battlefield,
Absolutely. You know, secondly, whether I should tell you this or not, but after this class I'll tell you about the Tipu Sultan in the Karnataka, and he killed so many people of Brahmins. Jayalalitha was also Brahmin in
Mysore.
Mysore is that area.
Sir,
So
even
the-
my family, they are victims of Tipu Sultan.
No, so why no, madam? So the people, because they don't follow Bhagavad Gita, so they don't respect Bhagavad Gita. One has to have highest faith, they say. Now, secondly, sir, Rajasic, you know, on the other hand, the penance is performed with the spirit of duality to prove a person's austerity, to establish himself by highest pinnacle of superiority, so that the world may honor him alone and give him the highest praise. So the duality. So we gradually, as a Bhagavad Gita study people, students, we all should become. There are only two things in the world. I will not tell you much, I will not confuse you at all. Simple. There are only two things in the world: duality and non-duality. There are only two things. Duality is the Dvaitam, and non-dual. Non-duality is single, only one. Only soul remains. God. So ultimately, our liberation is there. It happens only our mind gets absorbed with the soul. Then the soul only will remain, not mind. So too. So ultimately, we have to become from duality to non-duality. That's what our effort is. Then we'll be transferred from the Rajasic and the Tamasic to the Sattvic. तो our aim is to become सात्विक. अदरवाइज कोई फायदा नहीं है. अभी हम लोग जिएंगे, जिंदा रहेंगे, 5-10 साल के बाद मर जाएंगे, फिर फायदा क्या है? So all this, and thereafter he says यज्ञ दाना तपा कर्मा. So ये तीनों करना चाहिए. यज्ञ करना चाहिए,
Kimi,
दानों करना चाहिए, तप करना चाहिए.
5 minutes बैठो. जो बोलना है बोल के जाओ. 5 मिनट बैठो.
So the tapas we should do. So we should do three things, sir. Yajna we should do, dhanam we should do, tapas we should do in our life. Why? Because they purify the soul, our body, mind, and senses. There is no other way it can purify us. Then now today we covered the tapas. Yajna, dana, tapas. Three things. Tapas we have covered. Now yajna and dhanam. The charity also we should do without any expectation of results. Whatever we can do. Charity means what we can give extra, that we can give. What we cannot give, we should not give. Okay. So that also without expectation any results. That is sattvic tapas. Again, if I expect some results, some return from it, in rajasic tapas, I don't do at all, I don't do dhanam at all, tamasic. So we should do yajna, dhanam also we should do whatever we can do, whenever it is possible. Whenever such situation arises, we should do. And yajna also we should do. So these three things we should do. So the yajna, what have you understood? Tapas today we have covered. Dana also we just slightly discussed. Yajna, dana, tapas. Tapas also we should, yajna, tapas we discussed. Dana, yajna we have not discussed. Tapas and dana we have discussed. Yajna I am going to tell you, because Lord Krishna said yajna, dana, tapas, these three things will purify the human soul. So yajna we should do. That also. Now I'll tell you what is. They are very simple, sir. Yajna we should do very simple. In chapter 4 he mentioned it. Yajna from 19th sloka to 23rd sloka he is covered it, or 24th sloka he covered it. You remember this? Yajna he covered in chapter 4 from 19th to 24th slokas he covered. Yajna, I'll tell you what are they. Because it has taken me many years to understand what I am speaking to right now. Yajna is you will be surprised, it's all internal journey. Yajna is not that कि हम बैठ करके ये होम के पास बैठे हैं, यज्ञ कर रहे हैं, वो फायर में ऑपरेशन डाल रहे हैं, घी डाल रहे हैं, well homas. I mistook that is called yajna. That is not yajna. Very simple, I'll tell you. You can practice it. So yajna means ki that is pranayama. You know pranayama. When we sit in the home alone, after some time we sit, we get some maybe half an hour, 20 minutes, 1 hour. We get sometimes in the home. that time we should do the pranayama. Alom Vilam pranayama, like this, take a breath from one nostril and then release it from the other. Alom Vilam pranayama, and then take it from this nostril, release from other. This is one round. Both sides is called one round. Alom Vilam pranayama. Pranayama parayana. This is the yajna. So yajna, dana, tapas we should do. Tapas we understood. Dhanam also we have understood. Whatever extra we have, we can give, we should donate. And yajnam also, this pranayama yajnam, pranayama parayana, that also we should do. Pranayama, dhyanam, meditation, repetition of God's name. This is yajnam. These three things we should do. And only these three things will purify us. And it will take us, but whatever time is left for us in this life, in this body, we should keep doing that. Otherwise, when will we do? After dying, we cannot do. After death, my body, my soul will leave my body. What can I do as a dead body soul there? I cannot do anything. When my soul is there in my body, I can do. So I should do. But so many people have to understand all this. So many people have to do it. But nobody cares. It's totally bad. Pathetic. So yajna, dana, tapa, that we should do. And all this thing he said. So with this, actually today's topic is over, and he has told some secrets again. How we get liberation. Lord Krishna wants us to get liberated only. He doesn't want us to get bound here. He doesn't want us. What pleasure he will get, like there are some sadistic pleasures, some in our mundane life. Somebody will say that when we are suffering, others will see and take pleasure and they get happiness and they laugh at us. Lord Krishna is not like that. Lord Krishna is above all these mundane people. He wants us to be liberated from the earthly life, from the earthly suffering, birth and life, birth and death, cycle, suffering. He wants to get out of. So he tells you some secrets also, how we can get it out of. But they are all in the one line only. This yajna, dana, tapas. Yajna that we have now discussed, pranayama and all that. With the pranayama, we should do meditation. With the meditation and pranayama, there is Omkaram chanting. And with the Omkaram chanting, with the pranayama meditation, then we will get ability. We will get ability to focus our pranavayu and vital breaths. Yeah, bring it up to this and put it in the Ajna Chakra. From the Ajna Chakra, where our mind resides here. From there, we need to focus it here. And gradually we start focusing and keep repeating Omkaram at that time. Thereafter, what happens after some years of practice of this, just before our death, it will fructify, it will become finalized, and it will take us our soul from this Sahasrara Chakra, from Ajna Chakra, it will travel to Sahasrara Chakra. Then it will go to Brahmalok. Then it is merged with the Supreme. So he is giving the techniques to why he is giving us. He wants us to get liberated. He doesn't want us to get bound here. But if we don't do it, then what happens? It will not go from here to here, from Ajna Chakra to Sahasrara Chakra. Then it will go from somewhere else. Then it will get bound. It will not go to Brahmaloka. Then again we are reborn. All these things, that kind. So this is there to liberate us. So only thing is final. We say 3 times Omkaram chanting. सर्वं श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनः भवन्तु सर्वे जना सुखिनः भवन्तु ओम सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति 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 ओम श्री कृष्ण।